Nothing in the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Martin Luther King said that, and that was long before the PQ was even born. But here the PQ was this week, breathless in its enthusiasm for the independence of Kosovo. Just check out the PQ website. The PKists are almost wetting their pants, congratulating the people of Kosovo for their ascension to political sovereignty. PQ critic Daniel Turp giddy over Kosovo's newfound freedom and hoping for the same for Quebecers. Yeah, right. There is no comparison between Quebec and Kosovo. Before anyone gets carried away, Kosovo, one of Europe's poorest regions, the average wage about $250 a month. They cannot depend on electricity, but they do depend on UN troops to keep the peace. The PQ doesn't mention the terrible civil war and loss of life that led up to this. Now, look at Quebec and Canada. Quebec is a dynamic and prosperous society. Bloodshed, thankfully, has been minimal. Grievances and apprehended grievances have been addressed through a generous federal system and a fair court system. Most of my adult life, a Quebecer has sat in the Prime Minister's chair. So for the PQ to celebrate and even attempt to draw comparisons with Kosovo is dishonest and even pathetic. Most of all, a sign of desperation for a movement whose time is up. Well, tough questions often require tough answers. That's what the government got this week in its Castonguay Report. Answers the government did not want to hear. Our health care system needs immediate triage. Politically, the Liberals will stay away from anything that might cost them votes right now. Higher taxes an answer? Not sure. Besides, the Charest Liberals are split on the issue. User fees for doctors' visits for those who can afford it? Well, probably a good idea. Might make some people think twice about going from doctor to doctor to doctor. And something must be done to keep all of those runny noses out of the ERs. But it seems to me the problem runs much deeper. We don't have enough doctors and nurses and healthcare professionals. Too many were told to retire. So when we have a bright young doctor graduate from McGill and is told he or she has to practice in Saint-Joseph de Nulle Part, no thanks. Calgary looks better. This report will be shelved and shredded. So back to the drawing board. Those tough questions remain, tough answers still out there. Maybe someone will have the political courage to do something. Until then, we will continue to limp along, situation critical. I'm Barry Wilson, and that is CTV Postscript for this week.